The president of the St. Kitts and Nevis Chamber of Industry and Commerce said the matter of increased prices on the local market in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic is of major concern. CIC President Giselle Matthews acknowledged that the increases were widespread and require some study into what is driving the upward price movement. However, Matthews said the situation cannot be completely addressed from the Chamber's standpoint and will require action from the government's Department of Consumer Affairs.
I believe all of us as consumers have seen a rise in prices in the supermarkets and in general. And that has been a debate. It has come up at many forums that I've been to. I think even the Prime Minister has raised it himself. And it is a concern because we are seeing it and it's broad. But with COVID and with a pandemic or any sort of disaster, there's this demand and supply. And even being in business myself, I've found that trying to source certain items are very difficult, and prices are all over the place. We're finding it very difficult to keep prices stable. Anything from dry goods to retail to consumed goods. But I believe that we do need to do the exercise which we have talked about before and raised, and we're hoping, because the Chamber is not an enforcement agency and we have our members, it's a conflict. We cannot get out there and do it ourselves. It needs to be done from a source within the government, and I believe the Consumer Affairs Department is working on a list of items that they can look at and take a broad scope sheet, Excel, going to the different supermarkets and get an idea of what's really happening. But I believe we have to look at the consumer price index, and I believe that's what we really have to be looking at.
The CIC president indicated that a regional consumer protection bill now under discussion will be helpful when passed. Glenn Barrett, SKN Newsline.